there. Let's just catch up with Mahlako very quickly before we head on to our next story this afternoon. Mahlako, good afternoon to you. Do you have any confirmation about the stabbing you had alluded to earlier? What's happening there now in the city centre?
We've just passed, police have actually just passed us. We see that rubber bullets were on here, and we do see and people trying to disperse. But if you just look at the visuals, I'm just going to ask Nuku to zoom in. Up there, there's a crowd that is gathered there, and we're seeing that police are making their way there. And this is where we're going to try and establish what crowd is, what is up and to leave. Also just encouraging people to go home, close shop, and also just to stay safe. And earlier on, we also spoke to some people that were also on the street when this was happening. Earlier on, them telling us that there was a gentleman that told us that he did not know what was it that was going on. He just saw people with spears and also pangas, run and sticks as well, chasing them. And then he said all that he could do was try and run for his life. He said there was that particular group that was doing that, and he also ran because he just felt that he was unsafe. But right now we see part of that crowd is gathered up the road, and this is where we're making our way to, just alongside this Rea Vaya station, just to make sure and just to find out what is it that is going on, especially also because police are also making their way to that particular crowd. Since we got here, they've been standing there blockading that part of the road. So we're just going to try and find out which part of the road is this crowd blockading, as well as do they have demands? What exactly is it that is going on?
All right, Mahlako, have you got any confirmation then while you catch your breath? Do you have any confirmation at this point about the stabbing you told us about? I mean, we did see that the police came in quite a rush there on the scene, and they were all armed. So this is obviously something quite serious that's happening there, judging by the number of police that are there on standby. What can you tell us about that story that you had sort of touched on briefly in our previous interaction?
We are still waiting for the police spokesperson to make his way here and give us an exact indication of have people indeed been injured. And the stab, we have heard quite a number of people saying to us somebody got stabbed, somebody was stabbed. The crowd was carrying some sort of weapons, your knapkiris, your pangas, as well as some spears of some sort. So we are still waiting for the police to come, the official spokesperson, to give us that comment as to what exactly transpired here or is transpiring here.
All right, of course, as you can see there, some of those live visuals, you can see them in the crowds gathered there. Hopefully not too much danger going on at the moment there in the Joburg city centre, but you do see there's some angry people there. Mahlako, is there any possibility of having a conversation with someone there on the ground, just to hear what the sort of fresh anger, I suppose one can call it, is about?
Let me just, yes, Flo, let's also just try and get someone to speak to us. But well, as you saw just a few seconds ago, those visuals that we saw, people saying that they're not going anywhere, and also some of them also threatening that there will be retaliation against South Africans should they try to cross any borders. But we also have heard earlier on, spoke to a gentleman, him saying that they want people gone out of the country. People should go back home and fight their own wars. So, but indeed, we will try and also just get somebody to give us exactly what is it that is going on. What's this interview?
Is trying at the moment to get hold of someone that she can talk to about this unrest and what the anger is about at this time.
I have somebody.
All right, she's got somebody at the moment to speak to us. Let me cross back to Mahlako. Mahlako?
No.
This side.
Yes, Baba, we're just trying to establish. Baba sanibonani ninjani?
Yebo
Sikhona sicela usitshela ukuthi kwenzakaleni sanibona nale stratini.
angazi mina ngibona abantu besuka le jeep begijima bephethi kondo leyi begijima nje beyisquad sabantu bedlule emthiyeni mara inzwa bathi kushona umntwana ngale jeep nase emthiyeni nje kushona umuntu oyi1 manje bagijime besiya le phezulu eBro iko bona istrata zonke lezi sigcwele lezi mara this situation is very tense ayiko right
mani babuza nina baba bathi bakhala ngani ikhalo zabo
azinenge into ezikhala zona umsebenzi yini kunenge nje ne situation elapha nje it's not good. It's not good. It's not good.
Into abayenzayo iko right emphakathini. Sithi singumphakathi labo bantu kumele bechawe noma bethunyelwa amasotsha. Lento lebayenzayo iko right. Bahlukumeza umphakathi. Mabethola umuntu obhayisa estradeni bafika bachithiza yonke into bathatha emashopu bamosha. Igovernment isayicela kayithumela amasotsha isize ngalabo bantu. Amasotsha iwona zoba khona abamoshela abantu bonke.
And then kuqala nini lokuba nale mesland
nini uthi namhlanje noma uthi okwanamhlanje 3 hours uqalile 3 hours uqalile basuka eGP hostel mabeqeda eGP baza lapha bazongenela thina bahlukumeza umphakathi mabekuthola bagwaza bachaya umphakathi benza yonke lento le hayi bengaboshwa bachaya abathunyelwa amasotsha laba bantu.
You've heard the people that were there saying this has been actually going on for the past 2-3 hours, and also just saying that they are calling on to government to bring the army to try and resolve the situation, saying that they are alleging that this crowd is from the GP hostel, that they made their way through the CBD, they were carrying weapons, and I also just heard now them saying that there's been a casualty at the MTN taxi rank as well as in GP as well. But as I did indicate earlier on, we are waiting for police to come and actually tell us what happened, and also to confirm that if indeed there were those casualties, and because we also did earlier on see ambulances also making their way into this particular road going up. So we are hoping to get some sort of confirmation from authorities and the police to actually tell us what is it that is going on.
All right. At this point, are you expecting, or are you at this point seeing more policemen arriving at the scene at the moment? Tell us really what's going on, apart from what we see behind you of the gentlemen that are talking to you. Take us through what is happening behind the scenes. Are the police coming in? Are there more police coming in and being stationed there?
There are more police arriving here. As you see, this is the response unit from Johannesburg Metro Police.
Yeah.
This is the second truck that I've seen. So I didn't see it earlier on. We only saw one. They seem to be police people. We're just going to walk closer up to that scene. As you can see, our police officers are JMPD officers are disembarking from this particular vehicle here. So these ones, I did not see this van earlier on. There's one also up on top of the road. We're also just going to establish if seemingly there are more police actually coming onto the scene. There's also this van, and up the road as well, more vans there as well, and a crowd that has blocked the road. We understand that it's alleged that this crowd is making their way towards the Hillbrow CBD. So we are walking, excuse me that I need to just catch my breath,
Sure.
But we are walking up this road to try and find out what is going on here.
Yeah. Mahlako, just let me know, where exactly are you stationed at the moment, just so that we can have our viewers aware which routes not to take, or if they are going to take them, to be aware that there are some problems in those particular areas. Where exactly are you stationed, and which are the problem spots at this time?
We are on Twist and Smith, any area that is around the not the Bree taxi rank, but rather MTN taxi rank, Wanderers as well. Those particular streets, they seem this is where it seems like there's a situation here. So that part of the CBD, I haven't yet established on other parts. Right now, where I'm standing exactly, we're on corner Smith and Twist street, so the whole of Twist Street seemingly very problematic today. People also just standing outside, also spectating. But as I earlier said, that businesses, we saw businesses closing down. You would know hair salons would be open on the Sunday for people who want to get ready for the Monday. Or the whole street.
Yeah.
There are no shops that are open here. People saying that once they heard that there was this crowd that was making its way into the CBD, there was that quick rush to pack up, and try and avoid, people finding themselves in the midst of that crowd that is allegedly has made its way from the JP hostel.
Now, earlier on, of course, there were some men who'd sort of gathered to listen to Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi speaking. They then walked away as they were not happy with what, the former IFP leader had to say, because he was basically saying that there are right and wrong on both sides. Are we aware at this point if it is that particular crowd indeed that then came out to, I suppose one could say, cause trouble within that city centre? Because I did hear one of the gentlemen that you were talking to there saying that there were some gentlemen holding pangas, and those are the people that were sort of attacking them. So one would then assume that those are it's the same crowd essentially that was with Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who walked away from him.
Yes, indeed, that assumption that we are going to have to make, that it would be that particular crowd, as well as people on the ground also saying that it was hostile dwellers that made their way into the DCBD, displaying their displeasure at that particular message, where we understand that Prince Mangosuthu had called to an end to the violence and to the attack on foreign nationals. It was not a message, it was not a popular message that the Prince delivered to the crowd, and we understand it is this crowd. But once again, we wait for police to give us that official confirmation as to exactly who is this crowd, where did they make their way from.
Okay, stay with us while we take a look at these visuals. I want to take a break shortly, but I'm sure some of our viewers just want to take a look at what's happening there at the moment. Are you aware at this point if the majority of the people standing there right now with you are South Africans or foreign nationals?
It would seem from the people that I've been hearing speaking and the people that I've spoken to, that it is a mixture of nationalities here, from your South Africans right into your foreign nationals, non-South Africans that are also here watching. And also, I think also just from some of the chants, you can just see the different chants with people saying, I see Indawo, meaning they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
The assumption there would be that these are the people that have been told to go. Like I said earlier on, we did speak to some South Africans telling us that indeed people need to pack up and go.
Okay, all right. We're going to give you a chance just to catch your breath, Mahlako. I think you need just a little bit of a breather there while you're in the city centre. Of course, we will be going back and forth to her. I'm sure at a point we'll have some word from the police, which we're hoping for at this